WZZM 13 News at noon.
Grand Rapids Staple is taking the year off to regroup, but some people are wondering what the future has in store for the Grand Rapids Hoops basketball team. Good afternoon, I'm Derek Francis. Lauren Stanton has the day off today. Just a few months after they competed for the CBA championship, the Grand Rapids Hoops are taking the year off. The Continental Basketball Association League office says the Hoops will be inactive for the upcoming season, which starts in November. The goal is to have the team up and running again next year for the start of the 2004-2005 season. The CBA says team owner Neil Elsey, who recently suffered a brain aneurysm, is trying to sell the Hoops but has not been able to so far. So the question is, where do things go from here? Joining us today is Joe Langlois. He is 10% owner of the team, and you also own the Deltaplex where the Hoops play. Joe, welcome today. First of all, the question is, how confident are you, Joel, that the team will survive this, and are there any solid new leads on the new ownership, possibly?
Well, I don't know what the ownership leads are or the sale leads are. As far as survival of the team goes, it's a little bit hard to say at this point in time. Obviously, we're not going to play this year, but we'll see what happens in future years. It's really going to be determined by whether or not we find some local ownership to step up and take over the team. Obviously,
Joel, you still own 10% in the organization. I understand you didn't have any say in the actual possible sale. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay, now let's talk about scheduling for your personal business, the Deltaplex. How's that going to affect you guys for the upcoming season? Obviously, you probably reserve 30 or 40 nights a year for basketball games. What's that going to do to your scheduling for the year?
Well, in our business, having those dates open is probably, it's not going to be such a bad thing because they had weekend dates, and we do have a high demand for those kind of dates. So I don't think this year we're going to have too much of an effect. If anything, we'll probably have a positive effect on our income, based on, last couple of years of having not too good of attendance for the Hoops. And, when attendance is what drives the income, not only for the team, but for the building.
So as far as money-wise, from the Hoop standpoint, you're not going to be losing any money is what you're saying, because the games weren't selling great. Now, I understand that the change of ownership last year when you officially sold it, that had a lot to do with possibly the down. It was a very successful year on the court, but off the court, not very good fans-wise. Do you think it's a wise move to maybe put it on hold for a year, or do you think possibly they should stick through it and try to get through this year?
Well, I think regrouping is not going to hurt at all, especially given Neil's health. And his brain aneurysm that he had. He needs to lighten his load a little bit, and the operation of the Hoops is really something that takes takes a lot of work.
I understand there's another basketball league or two out there floating around that may also, down the road, if this doesn't work out, that could possibly come to the Deltaplex. Any comment on that?
You're right, there are, and at this point I really don't have a lot to say about it other than that we would be open to other opportunities.
Okay. Joe, what do you think it is? Just a lot of competition? When the team first started here, there was no competition. Now you've got the Griffins, obviously you've got the Whitecaps. Is that it, coupled with the economy, do you think? Or?
Well, yeah, I think a combination of people having less disposable income and the competition of the other teams really has an effect on attendance. It's having an effect on everyone's attendance. Griffins were down, Rampage were down, Whitecaps were down. So.
Okay. Very interesting. Joe, we appreciate you taking the time, and good luck to yourself at the Deltaplex as well as the Hoops. I'm sure they have a personal interest to you one way or the other.
Yeah, they do.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks
we appreciate it. In other news,